Coming at you with some dark Wigglytuff action today, featuring our new promo Jigglypuff, a mechanically unique card that's obtainable in the Venusaur PvE event in client right now. This new Jigglypuff has 50 HP and a single energy attack that guaranteed puts the opponent to sleep, meaning they have a 50% chance to not be able to attack or retreat on the following turn. While I think this Jigglypuff is an upgrade from the previous one that we had, I also think it's still worth noting that because Wigglytuff EX tends to be the finisher in this style of deck, you ideally don't want to be leading on Jigglypuff at all, and in the games where you are leading on it, you're often going to be X-speeding it back to your bench as soon as a Coughing or Farfetch'd is found, so you can start dealing damage to begin while you build up the energy on that Wigglytuff EX to come in and clean up things at the end. Some notable inclusions in this deck list are the Singleton Baby Wigglytuff. I really like the inclusion of one copy of this. It gives you some utility to have an additional 1 knockout point attacker when that is ideal, and it lets your Jigglypuff start hitting really hard for just 2 energy, which is going to be absolutely necessary in some of the games like you're going to see in the highlight today. I'm also electing to play Farfetch'd as my additional support Pokemon as opposed to the tankier Kangaskhan. Because this deck has Wheezing as a frontline as well, I don't think we need 4 tanky Pokemon, and Farfetch'd is really stellar into things like Mewtwo and Charizard to start pumping out consistent damage early while we set up our finisher EX Wiggly in the back. At any rate, I hope you enjoy the gameplay today. While I don't think the new promo Jigglypuff is going to revolutionize the format by any means, this deck list was already putting up solid results in tournaments before this small upgrade, and I think it's likely to do even better now because the games where you get stuck with that Jiggly to start, you're only 50% to get blown out and lose the game if you can sleep them, as opposed to the 100% that the old Jiggly meant. If you do enjoy what you see, smash that like button for the rest of the day. Have fun. One of the nice things about a deck like this too is you want to make them knock out 2 single knockout point Pokemons, then finish on your EX Wiggly afterwards. So Baby Wiggly can be useful for that as well. We gotta take an ad break here in a minute after this match anyway, so I'll throw the deck list up on screen then. I think I'm interested in drawing 2 basics here. I wouldn't mind, like, a Coughing and a Duck. Duck's not exactly what we wanted. I would have preferred a, what's it called? Coughing here. Oh, that's better than drawing the second Wiggly for sure. The games where they don't have Giovanni, opening Farfetch'd into Mewtwo EX is quite strong. Giovanni changes that dynamic a little bit, though. The person that just posted a deck list in chat, that is not remotely what I am currently playing now. Many cards wrong. I'll pull the deck list up on screen in a minute when we take the ad break. Alright, them researching means that they're not Giovanniing and they're not Sabrinaing us, which is great. Gardevoir is scary. Anytime the Mewtwo deck has Gardevoir on curve, the 2 best decks, Mewtwo and Charizard, just feel so unbeatable when they have their stage 2 on curve. Just big, I am helpless and cannot do anything energy. Was this a mistake actually? Because the way they're set up now, they just put an energy on the back Mewtwo, they clear this Farfetch'd, and then they one-shot the Wiggly when it comes up. So I don't have any of my other basics. I think I need to evolve because it plays around Sabrina, but I kind of need to draw Coughing here, yeah? That with them having 2 Mewtwo's to trade back and forth, I'm not sure that we could recover from here. I guess I put Wiggly up. They lose their sleep flip. And then, like, Wheezing can clear, maybe? Question mark? Yeah, but the Wiggly sleeping them doesn't matter because they're set up to knock out the Wiggly and one in the back with this is the issue, gamers. So even if we sleep them, like, what's my line to victory? Like, again, and this is how you get better at games like this. You can't just be focused on what is happening next turn. You need to be thinking 3 and 4 turns in advance. What does my line to win this game look like? I don't even know that Drawing Coughing did it, because Drawing Coughing would have only done 60, and then they would have cleared it. Right? Does them healing this give us a chance? I think it does, actually, which is kind of funny in a weird sort of way. Yeah, the potion's actually good. The potion means that I could sleep this, clear it with something else that's only 1 knockout point. Yeah, so unironically, with the X speed now and this Wiggly, if they lose this next sleep flip, I think we could win the game. I need them to lose this one. Okay, so now with the X speed, I can X speed back to the other Wiggly, clear with this one, and then they only get their second knockout point here. They finally wake up, but I don't think it matters. I'm supposed to play Coughing out to play around Sabrina, yeah? There's some good maneuvering this game. The people commenting and then putting 5 energy on the active one. Gardevoir only attaches to their active Pokemon. Am I supposed to retreat back to Weezing now? I want to try and win this game without having to win a sleep coin flip. Is my goal here. I was hoping to hit my other X speed to keep an energy on this. Bobbing and weaving on the retreats here for us. Yeah, they get to swap this out, and I'm like, they get to put this Gardevoir up. Wait, are they just giving up then? I believe this is I've had enough. They could have technically bobbed to the Gardevoir. Yeah, I don't think they had the outs here. They would have needed another Pokemon to have it out. This is I'm taking my second knockout point on the way out the door. Baby Wiggly getting to flex in this round too again. Instrumental in both being a single knockout point Pokemon and having a 2 energy attack. Oh my goodness, to people chatting on the YouTube side, I'm really sorry. I haven't been intentionally ignoring you. I forgot to change my chat pop-out embed for when we change channels. That's a good thought. There's no empty spots in the Genetic Apex Pokedex, so they're probably more likely to be a new set. I think that's a good reasonable assumption. Fighting deck's probably a pretty terrible matchup for us. Both our Weezing and our Jigglypuff are weak. That being said, thanks to this professor's research, our opening is a little bit quack tier. Swap this out, get Slap in. Can you stack hourglasses? You can save hourglasses for the next set. There's no indication that hourglasses are set specific, so if you have all of the mechanically unique cards you're happy having in the current set, you could start holding on to hourglasses to get the new set sooner. It's also noted in the info screen that pack points will not be redeemable once the set leaves. That is accurate, but it's also accurate to point out there's no indication that they will remove a pack set once the next set goes up. Generally speaking, other card games have several sets available all at once. I don't think there's any reason to assume that Pocket wouldn't be the same. If they have Marowak EX on curve here, we're probably in trouble. Well, I guess it's not technically on curve, but if they have it after we clear this duck, we're probably just dead due to our weakness. Alright, so our chance to win this definitely involves Wiggly hitting with the Sleepy Song, I think. I'm gonna put Coughing up, because if we draw Weezing, I want to put Weezing up here. And if we brick on the Weezing, we'll just X speed back to the Wiggly. And then hope for the best. Tournament starts at a little after 1 o'clock in about a half hour. I'm just gonna dork around with the Wigglytuff until then. I think the Charizard Arcanine deck's probably more powerful than the Mewtwo deck. Live by the Marowak EX, die by the Marowak EX. I think we start building up backup Wigglypuff here. Just only ever needs 1 energy to attack. They lose 1 more coin flip here and the game ends. Yeah, I wouldn't be talking about the tournament if I wasn't going to play in it, Moot. There's tournaments 7 days a week for Pokemon Pocket for reference. Your take on Centiscore. Generally speaking, worse than playing Charizard or... Generally speaking, worse than playing Charizard or the others. Charizard or Arcanine. The old gas leak. Old Kogar buddy back to our hand. That Sabrina win us the game. No, I don't quite have Lethal yet. So I'm not playing Giovanni. Certainly didn't hurt us. Double potion means they could win a sleep flip into win a double boomerang to win the game, but we're definitely favored here. And this setup here means even if they win this, so long as they don't KO us with this, alright, we're just done. Just done. So long as they didn't KO us with this, Sabrina would be lethal on the backswing. And I know Promo Jigglypuff didn't do anything that game, but I think in a lot of games, Promo Jigglypuff's not going to do anything. I think Promo Jigglypuff is like a break glass in case of emergency. It could maybe buy you a turn that you need, but ideally you're basically never going to be engaging with it in combat still. It is still just a setup for you to get to this as a finisher. Draw next speed so we can get this Jiggly out of the active slot. It's always fascinating to me the parallels gamers try to draw. Someone on the YouTube side says, another content creator played a deck similar to this one, but with Greninja instead of Farfetch'd. And I get maybe they played Greninja, Weezing, Wigglytuff all together, but like, come on. Adding a second color and replacing a basic with a stage 2 means the decks are really not similar. If the deck's over 25% different cards, I would consider those not particularly similar. So, the duck goes down here thanks to the poison on this cycle, right? I'm gonna research to start here, because if we find another Jigglypuff, I would like to put energy on that one, I think. Although I guess we're not putting energy in any of these this turn anyways. It's kind of like bigger, slower Kangaskhan. Yeah, it's energy here. Tap him with the gas leak. Koga, pick up the Weezing. It's a better use of 6,000 tokens, Airship or Black Swan. Black Swan's data mine to be in a spotlight cache I plan to open for. I mean, new cards out. Yeah, Jigglypuff is new. There's a new Haunter today, too. I've got my thoughts on which cards are worth picking up for Marvel Snap's higher series. I recommend checking out my latest tier list video here. Are Dark Pokemon the equivalent of a bounce deck in Pokemon Pocket? It's the closest we've got for sure. I haven't evolved the Jigglypuff yet because I'm not sure. I want to leave myself the flexibility to use this one if possible. Clear our second knockout point here while giving them their first. So, an interesting thought here is that I think we actually don't put energy on Weezing and attack here because the extra damage on here doesn't really matter if they retreat it. And if they don't retreat it, I can Koga back to the Wiggly EX next turn and knock it out in one anyways. So I think it's just Gas Leak Pass here. And then they either need to retreat to not be dead to Koga with the Wiggly EX. Yes, Poison and Sleep stack just fine. So if they just Poison Powder us here, the game is over. Yeah. Was Gas Leak Koga attack with Baby Wiggly a win? No, Baby Wiggly only does 60. It's not 270. Second, I would love to lead on Farfetch'd while going second. Absolutely quacked. I think I am waiting on the professor's research to avoid getting a Weezing red carded out of my hand. Hey look, it's the red card we played around. Red card's a lot worse when you still have 2 research in your deck, because it gives you a better chance to recover from it. I put the energy on Jigglypuff. I don't think there's a strong reason to move to Weezing ASAP, because Weezing takes 2 turns to clear this Mewtwo anyways. And this way, it looks like Potion can buy them a turn. It is not possible to put more than 2 Jigglypuffs into a deck, no. This matchup is one of the reasons to play Farfetch'd over Kenga. Kenga's a little better against Pikachu, but Farfetch'd is better against Charizard and Mewtwo. It gives you a more consistent stream of damage. I'm having the Giovanni here is sad. It means I'm gonna need to, draw the, Wigglytuff ASAP. Sabrina. They haven't played any X speeds yet. So I think given that they haven't played X speed, I am supposed to not Sabrina them, and because I want to put damage on their one that has the energy on it to attack me. So if I Sabrina up this back one and they just like X speed it out, I end up in a pretty bad spot. They need 2 X speeds to Side Drive, sure, but they only need 1 X speed to correct me for 1, right? I guess is Side Drive the only one we care about? I don't know. The odds of them having 2 X speeded 10 cards are not terrible. We're definitely playing that many. I don't like the metagame right now. I think Pocket's metagame's a little bit on the narrow side at the moment. Well, that's a symptom of the card pool being relatively small, I'd wager. I want to play the Farfetch'd out, so that way we don't lose to Sabrina. All right, Wheezing and either Wiggly are lethal here. Baby Wiggly also clears this Mewtwo in the back. We'll do Pig. I really think you want 1 Wigglytuff in this archetype, or 1 Baby Wiggly, I should say. Having the flexibility to attack for 2 with a decent attack, as well as just having more outs in spots like this. You're like, okay, I just need something to crank my damage up here. Is really solid.